let's talk about what we did as soon as we landed in Japan. I think a lot of people don't know what to do. And it kind of depends on what time you land in Japan, and it also depends on you. Like, you must know yourself and know how you're going to feel after a 12 to 22 hour flight, depending on where you're coming from and depending on how long and how many stops and all that stuff you have. The very first time that we went to Japan, we got off the train because we took the train from Narita to our place, and we were staying in Minato, so it was like I want to say like an hour-long train ride. I'm not really sure. But we had to go get our JR pass and then just figure out what the hell we were doing. And it was really tricky because we're in a new country. We've never been to my boyfriend's been to a new country, but I've never been to a new country before. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. This is scurry. So we did that. We got to Minato. It was really cool. And then we dropped our stuff off and we went and ate ramen. Ramen. Yes. So as a person who needs sleep like more than I need pretty much everything else next to food, air, not that big of a deal, but I would have loved to have gone straight to bed. But I also knew that this could be like a once in a lifetime opportunity, and so I didn't want to waste my time sleeping there. So if I can do it, you can do it. I can do it, you can do it. I can do it, you can do it. Like borderline narcolepsy here. Okay. So we went to this ramen place that was kind of around the corner, and we'd actually heard about it on Yelp, and it seemed pretty famous, and it was good. It was so exciting. It was so fun. It was our first real Japanese experience, and we were in there with all the locals. There weren't really any tourists as far as we could tell in there, and it was really cool. It was a fun first slice of Japan. And then after that, we walked around just a little bit, just kind of saw the neighborhood a little bit, and then we landed at night. I mean, we landed pretty late, so not a lot was open at that time once we were done eating, so we kind of had to go to bed. Now, this last time that we landed was also at night. We got there probably around supper time, and so we ended up taking our Airbnb host out to sushi, and then afterwards we kind of situated all of our stuff in our rooms, and then we took a little stroll again. It's always fun to take a stroll and then go get groceries and just kind of settle in. And that is something that I would recommend, is get a good little bearing of your neighborhood. Note popular spots. Like for us, we were staying next to the Sky Tree, and so we're like, that is our beacon, is the Sky Tree. So if we get lost, we know that we can go to the Sky Tree and figure out a way back from there if we need to. We also had Google Maps, so it was fine. But there was also a grocery store, so that was really good too. And there's also a bunch of konbinis everywhere. I think they're all 24-hour. Maybe. And so we were able to get food for the room as well, which I definitely recommend. Like sometimes in the morning, you don't want to go to a restaurant every 5 seconds to get yourself some food. It's nice to just open the refrigerator and grab a drink really quick, or grab a snack when you need one, because it does get expensive if you're always eating out. So it's good to have like an onigiri on hand, or, have some tea in the refrigerator or some iced coffee. And so that's what we did. We stocked the refrigerator with just a little bit of stuff from the konbinis and from the grocery store, and then we continued to walk around. Then get up really early in the morning the next morning so that you have the entire day to exhaust yourself walking around a new country. These are my top traveling tips and recommendations. We ended up getting up really early, and we saw more sights. And it's great because you can forego sleep a little bit for at least the first 3 days. Like for us, we were able to just really hit the pavement for about 3 days, and then it started catching up to us, the jet lag, and having missed a day because we slept on an airplane, and who can really sleep on an airplane? I mean, let's be real. So yeah, it caught up to us, and that's okay. It's okay to have a couple days where you come back to your place and you take a rest. But I do recommend keeping in the back of your mind that you are in a new country. You're getting all your experiences, and so do your best to stay positive and do your best to see what you can and fill your days as much as you physically can. And there's also a ton of things, like the train stations are full of things to see and things to do. So that's another thing that you could do once you land. You can pop into the different shops and the stores and the stands and the stalls in the train stations, because they have a lot. And again, depending on what time of day, if you land during the day, I definitely recommend seeing a couple of tourist spots, or hitting up Harajuku, or doing some of the more things that are gonna shock and awe right off the bat, because those cultural experiences are what you're going for. And really just shock the shadoodle out of yourself, because that'll be really fun, and it'll be one of those really interesting experiences. It'll make you feel like you're there. So that's kind of a short video, but I hope that you guys took some things away from it, because again, it's all about the experience. And trust me, coming from someone who absolutely loves sleep, again, if I can do it, you can do it. If I can make it to Japan and if I can go out and about on the town the very moment we've landed, even though I'm exhausted AF, then you can do it too. And I recommend it. I totally recommend just diving in and getting yourself like fully submerged in the Japanese culture as quickly as possible. It's a lot of fun. It's a little scary, but more fun than scary. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And I hope to see you at the next barbecue. I don't know what that means, but we'll see ya.